welcome to the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's only local morning show, giving you exclusive access into people, businesses, and events in our community. We're bringing you this show live daily, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. with your host, me, Maddie Mustian. Before we dive into today's show, every week we highlight someone here, an educator, student, business, or organization from our Greater West Bloomfield community, going above and beyond. If you would like to submit entry for someone, you can scan the QR code on the screen and fill out the Google form with the person's name, their contact information, and reasons why you think they should be recognized here on the Splash Live for our Person of the Week. Now let's go check out what's going on in our Greater West Bloomfield community. The first event we want to look at is the West Bloomfield Township Public Library virtual events. They are hosting a ton of fun and educational events for residents of West Bloomfield in all age groups. Today at 11 a.m., they will have their virtual Positively Preschool Smart Money Kids Read class, where you and your child will get introduced to the importance of money management. Here they will hear interactive stories and sing songs, and also participate in activities that will help your child learn about the use of money and how to save it. Tomorrow they will have their 10:30 virtual Terrific Tots program that allows your child's love for learning to get kickstarted through their participation in stories, music, and movement. The program is recommended for ages 1 to 3 years, and they will be hosted through Zoom. For these events, you can register on their website at wblib.org. Something also ongoing at the library is your ability to rent out those great literacy and tender topic kits that will help your child learn their literacy skills and ways to learn about tough topics that are happening in our community. You can rent these out by stopping into the library, or you can also call the library and ask for the youth services desk, so that way you can reserve a kit of your choice. Next event we want to look at is the Spring Fling Egg Hunt on Thursday, April 14th. You can join in the Easter Egg Fun at Marshbank Park. West Bloomfield Parks and Rec is hosting their egg hunt, which you can hunt for eggs and redeem them for cool treats and prizes. There will also be a meet and greet with the Easter Bunny, a petting farm, and a trackless train ride that you and your friends and family can go and enjoy. Registration for your specific age group event can be done through the West Bloomfield Parks website, and make sure to bring your own Easter basket to carry all of your cool prizes and eggs. Registration fee is $7 per child that are West Bloomfield residents, and then $9 for those who are non-residents. If you have an event you would like us to feature here on the Splash Live, you can send us a message on our social media pages at Civic Center TV and on Facebook at Civic Center TV 15. Coming up, I'll be talking with Kylie Harmala, president of Tri-M at West Bloomfield High School. But before that, I got to visit an organization here in Greater West Bloomfield that is helping to support our community members through giving them access to food that they actually enjoy. Hospitality House Food Pantry is working to help those lessen the stress of poverty in our community through their food pantry and other great services that they offer. I talked to the executive director, Michael Fraley, about the great things that they have in store. Let's go check it out. Greater West Bloomfield is home to a ton of great organizations that are giving back to the community. We visited one of those organizations that is providing choices that normal food pantries may not always have. Executive Director of Hospitality House Food Pantry, Michael Fraley, talked to us about their organization and how they're positively impacting the community.
So most of the clients that we are serving are those who are living in poverty currently. So we serve anyone that's 200% above the federal poverty level. So for a single individual, that's anyone that's making $25,000 and less. And then as the family members increase, so does that income level. But we actually serve a lot of families with children. We also serve a lot of single individuals, especially those living on Social Security disability and Social Security. Those individuals only make about $800 a month from the federal government. That's barely enough to cover rent, let alone food sources. And so most likely the individuals we see, they're already on food stamps, and we are an enhancement to that program. And so we fill in the gaps where food stamps can't. So as you can see, our pantry is set up like a store. And so clients are able to choose the food they want. And that power of choice is something that I really have realized that I take for granted personally. People who are living on food stamps, people with limited income, or people who are visiting food pantries, they don't necessarily have that choice. And so we try to stock different types of juices and breakfast items. That way they can choose the food that suits them best. We're also reducing food waste that way. We're not just a food pantry. We also put homeless clients into hotel rooms up to 28 days. With case management services, we offer a car repair program that helps clients to repair their car. So we financially contribute towards that. We've helped fix alternators, tires, transmissions. And then we receive a lot of food that we can't utilize. So we help support 8 area soup kitchens that can use the food immediately that day, along with we provide food to the Wall Lake Student Pantry Group, and we're helping to feed Afghan refugees.
Volunteers and donations are what keeps Hospitality House running in order to help our community and make up a large part of the items that they get in their pantry.
So we rely heavily on volunteers. We are a very small staffed organization. It's myself and 2 other small employees. And so we rely heavily, especially in the warehouse, to receive our food shipments in and out. We rely on the generosity of volunteers to come and help us out with that. If anyone's interested in volunteering, they can go to www.hhfp.org and they can sign up for either long-term opportunities or short-term opportunities. And then as far as donations, you can go to our website and donate. We also rely heavily on donations. We have been fortunate to be so supported by the local community. We use those donations in a number of ways. First and foremost, to purchase food, because not all the food that we do have to purchase some of the food, but we also have to pay for the refrigeration for the food, the lights and the electricity and the gas for the building. Without that, we wouldn't be able to operate. So your generosity is much appreciated.
For more information, you can visit the Hospitality House Food Pantry website at hhfp.org to volunteer and also to donate. Reporting for the Splash Live, I'm Maddie Muschen.
Thank you again to Michael for giving us an inside look into the food pantry and more information on how you can either get involved through volunteering or donate on their website. Later on, we'll be taking a look at the ways that you can support Black and minority-owned businesses in the greater West Bloomfield community. But before that, I'll be talking with Kylie Harmala, president of Tri-M at West Bloomfield High School. All that and more after this short break.
We'll be right back with the Splash Live.
In the face of COVID-19, staying healthy is important. And now the same is true as we face the flu. Influenza has the potential to infect millions, putting lives and the healthcare system at risk. Fortunately, it's easy to protect yourself. The flu vaccine is safe and effective, and with COVID-19 still spreading, it's essential. To see how you can hit this virus head-on, visit michigan.gov/flu.
Can I ask you a question? Why do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccine?
I don't like getting sick. The virus will die. It will be easy to not catch it. Keep my family safe and keep playing soccer. Because I love being vaccinated.
What's your hope for everyone?
I hope everybody gets the vaccine. To keep safe and strong. Be like happy, having fun everywhere. Everyone stay safe and hope you get the vaccine.
And now, back to the Splash Live.
Welcome back to the Splash Live. I'm your host, Maddie Muschen. Joining us now to talk about some very exciting news coming out of West Bloomfield High School is Kylie Harmala, the president of Tri-M at West Bloomfield High School. We're going to talk to her a little bit about all the fun things that they have coming up, especially in the Tri-M that just got reinstated at West Bloomfield High School. Kylie, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm excited.
So, Kylie, could you first tell our viewers that might not be familiar with Tri-M what the program is at West Bloomfield High School?
Yeah, so Tri-M is a almost entirely run student organization. It's a music honor society that really gives students that are heavily involved with different music programs at the school a place to use their music in an entirely different way. You know, we spend so many hours in a practice room rehearsing for concerts that we just perform in school auditorium, but then Tri-M is the way we can give back with music, whether it's community performances or helping and teaching. It's just an entirely different view of how we can use music.
And Kylie, can you talk to us about how you got involved with Tri-M and what are some of the responsibilities that you have as the president for them?
Yeah, so I got involved, we were at a concert and Miss Freitag, who she's like a flute specialist for our school. She comes in and she gave an announcement. She's like, we're gonna bring back this program because like it hasn't been around in so many years. I didn't even know it existed. And my friends were talking about like, that's really cool. I mean, we know about National Honor Society with students, and we applied and got in. We wrote some essays and we were like, okay, we didn't really know what it was. And then we realized we showed up for the first meeting and it was just like, we were all just kind of really good friends. A lot of us knew each other already, and it's a really great community. And I ended up running for president because I saw a way that I could, it was really exciting. Like I really liked the people in it, and I thought being on the board would be fun. So as president, I help organize meetings. As a board together, we all brainstorm, we come up with ideas about how we can fundraise or how we can give back to our own school, or especially we've been looking at helping the elementary and middle schools is one of the big things that we've been doing. And it's just, I reach out to like the administrators or people in charge of the schools. Like I kind of set up all the different fundraising and opportunities.
And then Kylie, can you talk a little bit about what it means to the students of West Bloomfield High School that they are now able to participate in Tri-M and showcase their talents that they have in a different way?
I really think it means a lot. I was talking to some of my friends that are in the organization, especially my friend Riley, who is vice president of Tri-M, and it's really important, I think, because it's student run. And I think it gives, so often, you know, we have directors and the directors are great, but it's always, you know, they pick the music for the most part, or we have to choose, or we don't really get to choose when the concerts are. Like we don't have much choice about the program, and Tri-M gives us a way that we can decide what we want to do with our music. What does it mean to us? And I think it's really special. Like it's really a cool thing that we get to do, because it's not something we get to do in a classroom. It's everything we want to do with our music.
And then Kylie, talking about some of the different things that you guys are able to do with your music and your musical talents, what are some of the things that you guys are talking about doing in the future for those fundraising events or those different concerts that you guys as a Tri-M board and group want to do?
Yeah, so right now, because this is the first year it's run, we have no fundraising, we have no money, so it's kind of like, where do we go? Like, what do we do? So we've kind of been thinking about going around like a karaoke night or a music kind of party where we invite the younger musicians within the school district to come in, and we introduce them to the high school program, and we maybe have like a raffle or something, but it'd be really mostly just a way to introduce the elementary and middle schoolers into what the high school music program looks like. We've talked about doing free lessons, free group lessons to help, because, you know, music's really expensive. It's really expensive, you know, you have to pay for like either lessons, the instrument repairs, and maybe if you have to pay to join an ensemble, and finding a way that we all volunteer our time. You know, we have a lot of people play multiple different instruments within the group, and they could teach saxophone and piano or guitar, and go to the elementary schools and show kids what music is. And I think that's one of the biggest things. We want to introduce kids to music and help it make it as accessible as possible.
And then Kylie, you're talking about the group of people that you have that are part of the Tri-M group as well as on the board. Can you talk about the group as a whole and give some insight to our viewers on the type of musicians, the instruments that you guys play, and what it means to be able to come together as a group and give back to the community?
Yeah, so we have choir, orchestra, and band, so it's a huge range. And what's really cool is we normally, when we perform, we only play with other band or orchestra instruments, or you just sing with a choir. And being able to come together is, you know, you don't see that in school a lot. And so because it's in the Honor Society, like everyone is like everywhere. We have multiple people on our board that are involved in both band or choir, or orchestra and choir, or do both. And everyone does a little bit of everything, and I think that's part of what makes it really cool, is that because everyone does a little bit of everything, we can teach a little bit of everything. We can give back on like a wide range of things, because everyone has a little bit of experience and everyone's good at working together. Like if you want to learn something, someone's willing to help because someone probably knows about it. Like if you don't know how to play an instrument, someone can probably help you with it.
And Kylie, as we wrap up here, is there anything else that you want to share with our audience about Tri-M, and also how they can keep updated on all of the cool fundraisers and community events that you guys are going to be doing since your reactivation?
Yeah, so we have we will be probably setting up some social media pages under West Bloomfield High School Tri-M. We have someone that's going to be in charge of documenting everything that we do through either pictures or videos. And I think that's what we're going to be doing. Also, a lot of me and our vice president are both part of the West Bloomfield High School news through Liker Update and Spectrum. There's a site for both of those and in West Bloomfield High School Instagram. And we're both going to be taking on the initiative, like promoting what we're doing through those West Bloomfield media sites. And hopefully that'll help spread a little bit of what we're going to be doing.
Well, Kylie, we so appreciate you joining us this morning, and good luck to you guys with the very exciting news of the reactivation.
Great, thank you so much.
Once again, I was joined by the president of Tri-M at West Bloomfield High School, Kylie Harmala, talking about the fun things that they're doing since reactivation. And if you want to keep updated, you can make sure to tune in to the West Bloomfield High School Instagram social media pages and stay up to date on what the fun events and concerts that the Tri-M will be doing. Although Black History Month and the West Bloomfield Parks events celebrating it have concluded, there are so many ways that you can support your Black-owned businesses in our community. We talked to a few members of the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force who are Black business professionals about how important it is to continue to support minority-owned businesses in our greater West Bloomfield community. Let's go check out what they had to say.
Although Black History Month has concluded as we enter March, the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force provided a great opportunity for Black and minority-owned businesses to present their products at the Black Expo. This event allowed business owners to network with others that will continue to help them throughout the year. We talked with some of the members of the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force about why this is so important to these business owners.
It personally touches my heart to be able to have a lot of representation of our community and to share the area with so many different talented, so many different individuals that work so hard. So it's nice to have a lot of collective minds in one room, and it's nice to just be a nice piece of the puzzle. It's a great event for the community.
And we wanted to figure out a way to really showcase the diverse businesses, entrepreneurs, and the resources that we had in the area. So we thought an expo would be a perfect way to do it. We started off thinking, all right, if we could get 7 to 10 vendors, we'll be doing great. And now we have over 30 vendors at this event today. And it's really important for this community to recognize that all of us come together in West Bloomfield to make it the wonderful place that it is to live. And it's good to understand that businesses can exist in different forms. You can have large companies, smaller companies, and owned by diverse people. And that's what we're really excited about this event, and really be able to showcase and highlight what we have here.
So it's, again, very exciting to, it really means so much that we have an opportunity to really showcase our talents inside the city of West Bloomfield. The diversity has definitely increased with our city in the last decade, so it's super nice to bring it all together in a community and just share so much talent and so much ability that we have and make it noticeable to not only the city of West Bloomfield, but the surrounding areas around it, and showcase that we have so much talent, so much ability, and be able to have it inside of Black History Month. It just wraps it all together. So it's great to have a collaboration of great, intelligent minds inside of Orchard Mall, representing the city of West Bloomfield.
We also talked to Ralph Tompkins, owner of Swag Kids Gym, about what it means to him to be able to showcase and promote his business to the community.
As a minority owner, it's super exciting to me to have people come to our gym from different backgrounds and respect what we do while having respect for others and sharing a space and becoming passionate about exercise. Something that I'm super proud of, and it's great to be a part of this expo right here. So super excited. Thank you so much.
If you're curious about how you can support Black and minority-owned businesses in our community, you can reach out to the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force for more information. Reporting for the Splash Live, I'm Maddie Mustian.
A huge thank you to West Bloomfield Parks and the West Bloomfield Diversity Task Force for putting on such a great event that allowed Black and minority-owned businesses in West Bloomfield to highlight their products and services. Joining us now, our favorite Tuesday segment that we have is Gail Taub, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and owner of Gazelle Health, to talk to us a little bit today about health and fitness. Gail, thanks so much for joining us again.
Good morning. Happy Tuesday.
So, Gail, can we first start off with telling a little bit about what to do when someone that's dealing with health and fitness, they know what to do, they know what's good for them, but they are having trouble starting. They're having trouble starting to, move towards those fitness goals. What do you see with your clients is the biggest barrier or something that is troubling people to start their fitness journey?
So how many times have we said this to ourselves or out loud in our minds? I know what to do. Why can't I just do it, right? So suggestion. Think about how you know what it is that you think you know. So, and has it worked before for you? The reason that you should probably start there is simply that if everyone else is doing it, or the media says that this is the answer, or maybe you've tried it before, but it didn't really stick. It may not be that you really know what to do. Maybe you need help. Maybe you need to figure out what is the right thing for you. That could be one situation. So maybe back up a little bit and think about that. Another idea is to look backwards and see what has helped you in the past, and maybe just stick to that one little thing. Instead of trying to solve everything at the same time, flipping a switch, from what you're doing today to what you think you should be doing tomorrow, more than likely that's not going to work. Taking small steps oftentimes can. But again, if you're not quite sure why something isn't working for you or what is holding you back, a professional might be the right person to help you figure that out.
And Gail, you were mentioning a little bit of information, and with media nowadays, something that people may see as a fitness influencer or someone on social media, that this is what works for them, this is what you should do. How can you give advice to someone, any of your clients or someone watching this, to see what is the proper information and how they can take what is in social media and the news nowadays and apply it to their lives?
Yeah, that's a good question. Gosh, if I were to have it my way, which doesn't work for everybody, stop watching the social media. Stop looking at everyone else. Stop assuming that the person at the gym that has the physique or the energy that you're looking for, stop comparing or assuming that you know how they got there or what it is that they're doing that might work for you. So if it's not realistic to kind of stop looking and assuming and feeling bad, by the way, about yourself when you do look at people that have apparently what it is that you want. Again, I keep repeating, like, this is a thing. We got to look at ourselves. We have to look at what's right for us. And also keep in mind, by the way, this is important. When you look at someone on social media, the vast majority of the time, not always, but a lot of the time, what you're looking at isn't even real. So give yourself a break. Stop comparing yourself if you can, and really look inside and say, you know what do I want for myself? It might be that you want that physique or that you want to feel a certain way. That's fine. Find yourself someone that can help you to figure out how to get there in a way that works for you, or you can always take just a small step. I know sometimes I get repetitive with that, but the more you understand that what other people do doesn't really help most of the time, and it doesn't feel good. So that idea of looking at yourself first and then taking things forward with help or even on your own, small steps at a time in a way that makes sense for you, is a really good way to go.
And Gail, do you have any advice or tips or tricks on taking control of one's health and fitness journey? You know, starting off small, but also making sure that they are creating something that is personalized for them, that they're considering all of their physical limitations as well as their mental limitations when you look at health and fitness.
Yeah, so one way to imagine how you can get where you want to go and actually make those strides is if you get in the center and you drive and you get people around you that are working in your best interest, a team of self-care professionals, somebody from the medical side, so that a doctor, that you're not making things up and imagining things or guessing, somebody that you trust on the medical side, in addition to someone who can help you move. That's the second part of being as healthy and making yourself, accessible to where you want to go, regardless of your goals. You need somebody to help you move properly and according to you. That's a more of a fitness or a intentional movement professional. And then finally, someone who can help you with your habits and your lifestyle and your nutrition. Someone like me, I do all of those things, not the medical side. I have medical professionals around me, but the idea here is to get a team for you, a team that one by one starts to support what it is and work together even on your behalf so that you can get where you want to go. Some people that are skilled, credentialed, not your friends, guys, not your friends, not the folks from social media, not the folks from the gym who are nice and kind and want to help you, but someone who you feel is qualified to help you from those three perspectives and that has a network around them. Start to build that team, guys. It makes all the difference in the world. Rome was not built in a day, and most of us who have succeeded in a health and wellness approach and feeling really, really better than they ever have, don't do it alone. So remember, you don't have to have all the answers, guys. That's okay. In fact, you shouldn't have all the answers. There's lots of people around you. Give me a call and I can help set you up on the right track and get that team started for you.
Well, Gail, it's always a pleasure having you on Tuesday mornings. Thank you so much for joining us again and giving us all that great information.
Always a pleasure. See you next week.
Once again, I was joined by Gail Taub, personal trainer, nutrition coach, and the owner of Gazelle Health. If you have any questions, you can go to her website at coachgail.com and contact her through there. That's going to do it for today's show. Thank you again to Kylie Harmala and Gail Taub for joining us this morning on the Splash Live. A special thanks to our Zoom producer, Jared Clark, for coordinating the Zoom and making sure our guests joined us. As always, a big thank you to Calvin Brown, our board operator and director, for making the show possible each and every morning. And thank you for joining me as we explored all of the people and events in our Greater West Bloomfield community. As always, you can make sure to tune in live on Civic Center TV on Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99 Monday through Friday to catch up on what's going on in our Greater West Bloomfield community. You can also watch our show every morning on My Michigan TV. It's a new streaming service that covers all of the great people and events happening around Michigan. You can either head over to mymytv.com or you can download the free My Michigan TV app on your smartphone and smart TV. That's mymytv, mymytv.com. For all of our friends in Orchard Lake, Sylvan Lake, Keego Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Maddie Mushton. Thank you for watching The Splash Live.